He said, "You always were the responsible one, Diego. I knew you'd handle everything while I was finding myself." I said, "Finding yourself cost Mom and Dad $40,000, Marcus." What I discovered that week was my golden child brother had been systematically draining our parents' accounts while I worked double shifts to help pay their bills. This is gonna sound like sibling rivalry, but I'm at my breaking point here. My older brother Marcus, 30M, has been the family favorite his entire life, and I, 28M, feel like I'm going crazy watching my parents worship him while he destroys their lives. Background: I'm a nurse, work at the local hospital, never left our hometown. Marcus is a digital nomad who's been traveling the world for 3 years doing freelance web design or something. Our parents are 67 and 69, both with health issues that require regular care and monitoring. Guess who's been handling all of that while Golden Boy posts Instagram stories from Bali? Every family dinner is about Marcus. Did you see Marcus's photos from Thailand? Marcus is learning so much about different cultures. Marcus is living his dreams. Meanwhile, I'm driving them to doctor appointments, managing their medications, fixing things around their house, and apparently invisible. "Diego, you're so responsible," Mom says, like it's a consolation prize. Marcus is more of a free spirit. Free spirit. That's what we're calling someone who hasn't contributed to family responsibilities in 3 years. Last month, Marcus announced he's coming home for an extended visit. Parents are over the moon, planning welcome parties, talking about how excited they are to hear about his adventures. I asked how long he's staying. "As long as he needs," Dad said. "He's been working so hard abroad." Working hard? Meanwhile, I've been working double shifts to help them with their mortgage payments because Dad's pension isn't covering everything. Marcus arrived yesterday. First thing he does is complain that his old room has been turned into Mom's craft space. "I thought you'd keep it ready for me," he said, like they're supposed to maintain a shrine to his teenage years. Within 2 hours, he's holding court in the living room, showing photos and telling stories while Mom makes his favorite dinner. Stories about finding himself and expanding his consciousness in Southeast Asia. "You should travel more, Diego," he told me. "It would help you grow as a person." Grow as a person. I've been growing as a person by taking care of our aging parents while he's been finding himself with their money. Am I being bitter? Is this normal family dynamics, or should I be more concerned about the favoritism and his complete lack of responsibility? Edit, reading these comments, and yeah, a lot of you are saying this sounds like classic golden child scapegoat dynamics. I guess I never thought about it that way. Edit 2, someone asked about the finances. I don't have access to their accounts, but I know they've been sending him money regularly. For emergencies, they say. Update 1, guys, this just got so much worse. My parents called a family meeting yesterday and announced they're giving Marcus the house and Dad's landscaping business. I'm expected to understand because I'm more practical. So Marcus has been home for a week, and it's been non-stop celebration of his return. Mom's been cooking his favorite meals, Dad's been showing him around the business, and everyone's acting like the prodigal son has blessed us with his presence. Meanwhile, I'm still working my regular shifts and covering the overnight care for Dad's diabetes monitoring because Marcus needs time to readjust to American schedules. Yesterday, they sat us both down for what they called an important family discussion. "Boys, we've been thinking about the future," Dad started. "We're not getting any younger, and we need to make some decisions about our legacy." I figured this was about wills, maybe healthcare directives, standard stuff for aging parents. "We've decided to give Marcus the house and the business," Mom announced, beaming at him. "He's shown such growth and maturity during his travels." I stared at them. "What?" "Marcus needs stability to build his life here," Dad explained. "And you're already established with your nursing career." Established. I'm established because I never left. Because I stayed to help them while Marcus was finding himself in Thailand. "What about all the work I've put into helping you guys?" I asked. "Oh, Diego, you know we appreciate everything," Mom said. "But Marcus is ready to take on real responsibility now." Real responsibility. 3 years of me managing their health care, their finances, their household repairs, and apparently that's not real responsibility. Marcus just sat there smiling. "I promise I'll take good care of everything, bro, and you can visit anytime." Visit. The house I grew up in, where I've been maintaining everything for years. I've been thinking about expanding the landscaping business. Marcus said. Maybe adding some eco-friendly services. I learned a lot about sustainable practices in Costa Rica. He learned about sustainable practices. While I've been sustaining our actual family. We knew you'd understand, Dad said to me. You're practical. Marcus is more of a visionary. Practical. There's that word again. Code for the one who does the work while we celebrate the one who doesn't. I'm documenting everything now. Their financial situation, Marcus's actual contributions, the work I've been doing. This isn't just unfair, something feels off about the whole situation. Update 2. Holy crap, guys. I found out why Marcus really came home, and it's so much worse than I thought. He's been stealing from our parents for years, and now he's broke and desperate. So after that inheritance announcement, I decided to actually look into the family finances. I have healthcare proxy for both parents, which gives me access to their medical records and some financial information for care planning. What I found made my stomach drop. Marcus hasn't been sending postcards from his adventures. He's been sending withdrawal requests. $500 here, $1,200 there, always with some story about emergencies or investment opportunities. Over the past 3 years, he's taken $47,000 from their savings account, their retirement fund that was supposed to last them through their golden years. But it gets worse. I found credit card statements I'd never seen before. Cards opened in Dad's name, with Marcus listed as an authorized user. $23,000 in debt across 4 cards, all for cash advances sent to Marcus's international accounts. Travel expenses, according to the payment descriptions, but I cross-referenced the dates with his Instagram posts. He was using their money to fund his digital nomad lifestyle while posting about living minimally and finding freedom from materialism. The final straw, I found loan documents. Marcus had used their social security numbers to apply for personal loans, claiming he was managing their affairs while abroad. Another $15,000 in debt they don't even know about. Total damage, $85,000. Nearly their entire retirement savings, plus debt that's destroying their credit. When I confronted him, he was in the living room showing Mom photos from his spiritual journey in India. Marcus, we need to talk, privately. Can it wait? I'm telling Mom about the meditation retreat. Now, I showed him the bank statements in the kitchen. His face went white. Diego, I can explain. You stole $85,000 from our parents. I didn't steal anything. They gave me permission for emergencies. Credit cards in Dad's name without his knowledge isn't permission. I was planning to pay it back. The business opportunities just didn't work out. Business opportunities. He'd been gambling their retirement on cryptocurrency and failed startup investments while telling them he was building his brand as a digital nomad. You're going to tell them, or I will. You can't, it would destroy them. They're so proud of me right now. They're proud of a lie, and they're about to give you their house while drowning in debt you created. He started crying, actual tears. I messed up, okay, but I'm trying to fix it. That's why I came home. I thought the business inheritance would help me pay them back. He came home to steal more. The house, the business, everything. He was planning to liquidate their entire legacy to cover his fraud. Marcus, this is criminal. Identity theft, wire fraud, elder abuse. Please don't report me, I'm family. Family? He destroyed our parents' financial security and wants to hide behind family loyalty. I'm documenting everything. Bank records, credit reports, loan documents. This isn't just sibling rivalry anymore, it's elder abuse and fraud. Final update. Well guys, sometimes being the practical one means making the hard decisions. Time for the final update on this family nightmare. Remember how Marcus was planning to inherit everything while our parents were drowning in debt he created? I decided to be practical about protecting them. I spent the weekend consulting with elder law attorneys, financial advisors, and social workers. As their healthcare proxy, I had options they didn't even know existed. First, I got their credit reports and documented all the fraudulent accounts. Then I filed police reports for identity theft and elder financial abuse. The evidence was overwhelming. Marcus had been systematically stealing from them for years, but I didn't stop there. I'd been researching senior living communities for months, knowing their health issues were getting worse. Found a beautiful place called Sunset Manor, full care, medical staff on site, activities, everything they needed. Monday morning, I had a gentle conversation with them about their finances and health needs. Showed them the communities I'd researched, explained how the care would be better than struggling at home. "Diego, we can't afford something like that," Mom said. "Actually, you can. I've been working with a financial planner. If we sell the house and use the proceeds for your care, you'll be comfortable for years." They were hesitant at first, but when I explained the medical benefits, the social opportunities, the peace of mind, they started warming up to the idea. "What about Marcus and the business?" Dad asked. "Dad, Marcus isn't ready for that responsibility. Let's focus on your care first." I didn't tell them about the fraud yet. They were already stressed about the move. But I did mention that Marcus had been having financial difficulties and might not be the best choice for inheritance right now. By Wednesday, they'd toured Sunset Manor and fallen in love with it. The staff was amazing, the facilities were perfect, and they'd have medical care available 24/7. "This is actually exciting," Mom said. "I haven't felt this optimistic about the future in years." Thursday, we put the house on the market. I handled everything: realtor meetings, paperwork, staging. Marcus was mysteriously absent, claiming he was networking for business opportunities. Friday, they moved into Sunset Manor. The transition was smooth, they were happy, and for the first time in years, I wasn't worried about their safety or health. Saturday, Marcus showed up at the house to find it empty with a "sold" sign in the yard. He called me screaming, "What the hell did you do?" "I took care of our parents, like I've been doing for 3 years. You can't sell their house, they promised it to me." "Marcus, they needed the money for proper care." "You know, the money you stole from them." Silence. "I'm reporting the fraud on Monday," I continued. "You have until then to confess to them yourself." "Diego, please, I'm your brother. Brothers don't steal from their parents." He tried going to Sunset Manor to manipulate them, but the staff had been briefed about potential financial abuse. They wouldn't let him have private access to our parents without supervision. When he finally confessed, the reaction wasn't what he expected. Instead of devastation, our parents felt relief. They'd been worried about his constant money requests but didn't want to seem unsupportive. "We're just glad you're getting help," Mom told him, "and we're proud of Diego for protecting us." The criminal charges came next: identity theft, wire fraud, elder abuse. Marcus pled guilty to avoid federal charges, got 2 years probation and full restitution requirements. The business was sold to pay off the fraudulent debts. Our parents kept enough to live comfortably at Sunset Manor for the rest of their lives. As for me, I finally got the recognition I'd been craving. Not just from our parents, but from myself. I'd protected the people I loved and made the hard decisions when it mattered. I'm dating someone now. Met her at a hospital charity event. She's a social worker who thinks family responsibility is attractive, not just practical. Marcus tried to contact me last month through our cousin. He's working retail now and wants to rebuild family relationships. He's planning some kind of redemption arc about learning from his mistakes. I didn't respond. But I did visit our parents, who are thriving in their new community and finally getting the care they deserve. Sometimes being the practical one means being the one who actually solves problems instead of creating them.